Hi, good day everyone. I'm Divya here. This is a group presentation from Group 6. Let's dive into what is FMEA and why it matters in restaurant. What is FMEA? Failure mode and effect analysis is a systematic method of identifying possible failures in a process, product, or service, evaluate cause, effects, and risk level of each failure. Help prioritize issues based on their risk priority number, which is RPN. Why it matters in restaurant: ensure food safety and prevent contamination, improve service efficiency and reduce customer complaints, minimizes equipment downtime and operational disruptions, enhance customer satisfaction and trust.
Greetings, I'm Sadiswaran Kumarasamy, and I'll be sharing about the identification of failure modes for food and beverage restaurants. First, food contamination. What is it? It occurs when food is contaminated with harmful bacteria or foreign object, which makes it unsafe to eat. The potential causes is it leads to poor personal hygiene. Is employee is not maintaining personal hygiene, working while sick, and wearing dirty uniforms. Aside from that, food handling knowledge, where staff's lack of knowledge related to food handling and food safety can lead to this food contamination. Potential effect is for customers. It could lead to food poisoning, allergic reaction, and injury from consuming the foreign object and loss of brand's trust. For operation-wise, legal issue can be faced with fines from health department, temporary or permanent closure, and also damage to reputation and revenue loss. Followed by the next failure mode is poor customer service, where interaction with customers who feels disrespected, ignored, or poorly treated by the staff. The potential causes for this failure mode is no training, where staff lacks customer approach knowledge, lacks of knowledge in terms of the company's or the restaurant's menu itself, and unable to share it to the customers or does not know how to handle customers in calm manner. Aside from that, another reason would be understaff, where it can lead to ignoring of other customers or customers who have been waiting for a long time. Potential effect for customers frustrated, dissatisfied, and some customers will never return again. For operation wise, negative reviews, reduced sales, and poor public image. Followed by the next failure mode is equipment breakdown, where important kitchen or service equipments breakdowns or faulty, such as the ovens, refrigerators, or the cashier at PC. Potential cost is the lack of maintenance, where there is no regular checks on machines or equipments, and also no preventive maintenance has been done. And also improper usage, where lack of training, which leads to using equipment incorrectly, can also lead to breakdowns of the equipments. Potential effect for customers: this will delay the order of service with incorrect billing, or can also cause legal issues. For operation, this will lead to unable to prepare dishes or menu on time in full, spoil food, and also loss of revenue. The next failure mode will be order error or error in order reported or taking up orders, where mistakes in taking order happens, preparing or delivering what the customer has requested for. This is a potential cause from miscommunication, where staff mishears customers or did not understand what is requested for, or unable to read handwritten notes. Another reason would be the understaff, where peak hours with understaff can lead to order errors. Potential effect for customers: wrong food is received, wrong billing, and also in a worst case scenario, potential exposure to allergen if customer has actually requested specific food to be avoided. For operation, food wastage, service delay, or reduced efficiency. And finally, failure mode, delays in food preparation, where it takes more longer time to prepare the food. Potential cause is kitchen staff inefficiency, where poor workflow, layout, manpower planning at the kitchen, and how they prepare the food. And also supply storage, where at times running out of ingredient frequently means there is a lack of resource management. Potential effect for customers: frustrated, hunger, and negative reviews. customers might leave before the food even arrives. For operation wise, fewer customers is served, negative reviews of the business, decrease in the customer satisfaction, and loss of loyal customers and also revenue. Thank you.
RPN breakdown with cause, effect, and recommended control action. Disclaimer: failure modes in both slides are unrelated and we are chosen solely to illustrate different potential problems.
Good evening, everyone. This is our first slide, uh, FME scoring explanation. In our FME analysis, the risk priority number is calculated using RPN, severity times occurrence times detection. Severity reflects the seriousness of the effect. Scale 1 negligible, 10 catastrophic. For example, food contamination remains at a high severity of 10 because its significant health and legal impact. Occurrence measure how often the failure is expected to happen before controls. Most failures mode used 0 equal 5 moderately frequent before controls and 0 equal to 2 after controls, reflecting notable reduction in frequency. Detection rates the likelihood of detection the issue before it reaches the customer. Lower value means easier detection. After controls often improve detection, and in some cases detection values included decimals to exactly match the after RPN targets. This is acceptable when representing measured detection effectiveness. RPN computed as S severity times occurrence times detection. We also measure the percent reduction as percent reduction equal to before minus after RPN divided by before RPN and times by 100. So let's go to the next slide. The data in this presentation is provided for illustration purpose only. It serves as an example of how failure mode and effect analysis, or FMEA, can be applied in food servicing setting. The figures shown are hypothetical and indeed intended to demonstrate how risk can be assessed and prioritized before any interventions are introduced. In this table, we examine 5 potential failure modes that can occur in restaurant operation. For each, we have identified the cause in brief, the effect if the failure occurs, and 3 key scoring factors before any controls are applied: severity, occurrence, and detection. Severity indicates how serious the effect would be if the failure occurred. Occurrence measures how frequently the failure is expected to happen. Detection measures how likely it to detect the problem before it reaches to the customer. The risk priority number RPN. Exam food contam the yes, you can see the slide. The first one is food contamination. S1005D3 RPN is under 50. The high severity reflects the serious health and legal risk. Occurrence is moderately frequent and detection is only moderately likely before customer impact. Second one is poor customer service. S805 and D3 RPN is under 20. While the severity is slightly lower, the combination of frequency and difficulty of detection still result in high RPN. Equipment breakdown. S505 and D4 RPN 100. The severity is moderate, but frequency and detection is to make it significant operational concern. And fourth one is order errors. S605 and D3 RPN is 90. This can cause customer dissatisfaction and food waste and detection before delivery inconsistent. And the final one is delays in food preparation. S505D4.4 and the RPN is 110. This reflects a moderate severity but consistent occurrence and detection score indicating difficulty spotting the issue in advance. This initial score highlights where risks are most critical prior to intervention, forming the baseline for evaluating improvement.
Sir, my name is Tarshini from Group 6 and today I'm representing the strategy to address restaurant failure mode. And the first strategy is staff training and cross training, which means train employee to perform multiple roles to reduce queue during peak season. For example, during the dinner rush, a waiter who is cross trained in basic food preparation can help in the kitchen to speed up orders and reducing long customer waiting times. And how it reduces SOD cost, which S stands for severity, remains similar but operational delay cause of few issues. And second is for occurrence, reduce as consistent process, limit mistakes, and lastly is D, detection, easily to detect process slowdowns early with SOP monitor. And the second strategy is quality control check, which assign a shift supervisor to inspect food before serving. For example, before serving a steak, the shift supervisor check it is cooked to the correct doneness. And how it's reduced SOD scores, which as lower as quality issues are minimized before reaching customers, and O reduced by having fixed recipe and trust suppliers, and D quality control allows earlier detection before food reaching to the customer. Moving forward to the third strategy, which is staff schedule software, aligns staffing with peak or off-peak hours. How it is reduced SOD costs as lower as shortage and breakdowns having less impact, or reduced by protective stock and maintain controls, and detection improved toward real-time stock and equipment monitoring. The last strategy is social media campaign by using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to promote menus and promotion, and customer loyalty program like offering discount points or free item for repeat customer. How it reduce SOD's cost as lower as market attractive steady customer flow, and or reduce because poor sales during the lower awareness become less frequent, and D easy to monitor success toward online engagement analyzed. Based on the chart shows how each strategy reduced the RPN in the restaurant operations. The first is staff training and cross training, which RPN reduced from 336 to 168, drops 50%, as reduced bottleneck and mistake during peak hours by improving staff flexibility and planning. And the second is quality control check, which RPN reduced from 336 to 144, which reduced as 57%, by ensure food quality and consistency between the recipe standardization and supervisor checks. And the third is staff scheduling software, which RPN reduced from 294 to 126, which dropped in 57%. Optimize staff leveling, reduce overwork and shortage and also downtime. And lastly is social media and loyalty program, which RPN reduced from 336 to 168, as reduced 50%. By increased customer flow and sales consistency by boosting visibility and continue loyal customer. Overall impact, all the strategy importantly reduce current improved detection and slightly lower severity and leading to 50 to 57% lower RPN cost across the border. Thank you.